Today we're going to go over how to create and maintain forms for your community website. You must be either a website administrator or a user with elevated privileges to utilize this functionality. If you fall under one of these two categories, let us continue. First, you must go to your community website page, go to the drop-down Welcome menu, and select Login. You will then need to put in your user credentials, your username and password. Once you have those two in, click Login. This will bring you to your internal homepage. From here, select the Welcome drop-down menu and go to Site Admin. Once the page loads, go to Modules and then choose Forms Management. From here, you will choose the first option available, Forms List. Once the page loads, you'll notice that you are now presented with a couple of options along with all the forms that are currently in existence for your website. Today, we're going to add a new form. To do this, click Add New Form. Once the page loads, you'll be given the opportunity to give a name to your form. You will then be able to give a description of your form to allow other users to better understand what this form is used for. You now have the ability to choose a category that this form is going to be filed under. For this one, we're going to choose Member Related. Then you're able to choose who this form is visible to. For this one, we're going to choose Registered Users Only. Now, if this is a time-sensitive form, you may choose a start date by clicking on the calendar and selecting a date. And if you want a specific time, you could click on the alarm clock. You can then choose an end date by clicking on the calendar. And if you want to specify a time, you can click on the clock. The filling out of these two fields is not required for your form. Now you'll notice that there are several different stages or statuses that a form can be in. It could be in design, which is the earliest stage, open for submissions, which means that users can see the form and submit answers to it, closed, which means that it is no longer available, and archived is just another form of closed. If there are going to be multiple owners of this form, you can put them in here. You'll now notice that you are given the option of a completion action. This is what will happen once the user clicks on the submit button for your form. For this example, we're going to choose display message. And because we chose display message, we'll now need to enter something into the completion message window. Now, at the bottom of the page, you have the ability to choose who the sender is from. So, utilizing the senders list that's set up for your homeowners association website, you could choose the president of the HOA. Now, you also have the ability to send this form out to specific individuals. To do this, we'll look at the different distribution lists listed on the website. For this example, we're going to use test. The next part, the form URL, you can either enter a specific name or you can generate a random combination of numbers and letters so that it has a web page that individuals can go to. For this example, we're going to choose generate. Once you're done with this, you can click Save, which will save the information. And then once you have the verification that the form has been successfully saved, you can exit. If you wish to continue to flesh out the form, click Save and Edit Form. From this page, you'll see that there's the title that you gave it, as well as the description. Now you have the ability to insert fields onto your form. To do so, click Insert Field. You will notice when you decide to insert a field, you'll be given a wide variety of choices. You can have text be inputted, numbers, create a drop-down list, an option button list, a checkbox list, date, all the way down to allowing a user to upload a file to the form. For this example, we're going to first choose one line. In the enter field prompt, you want to give the selection a name. For this, we are going to choose user's name. Since we're looking for the name, you do have the choice of pre-populating this field from any of the information that can be obtained from the resident. For this example, we're going to choose full name. We would also like to make sure that the name is filled out. So for this, we have a validation option that when the checkbox is clicked, it's a requirement and this form will not be submitted until that field has been populated. Once we've done that, click Save. You'll notice that we now have username and it's been pre-populated. Now let's insert another field. This time we're going to choose an option button list. Any type of list is going to be slightly different. We'll start off with the subject of the option list. For this one, we'll say attendance. And then because it's going to be multiple values, we're going to utilize the bottom box multi-value field. After each response, you're going to put a semicolon. So yes, no, and maybe. Once you've completed that, click Save. You'll now see that you have all these choices. Let's once again insert another field. This time, let's add a date and time. So click on date and time. Let's give it a subject. And then click Save. You'll see that you now have the ability to choose a date and a time. Finally, let's insert one last field. For this one, we're going to choose a checkbox list. I'm going to say barbecue, and then we're going to say our choices are going to be pork, chicken, beef, and then click Save. And you'll see that you have the ability to now have checkboxes. Now let's say that after inserting all of these fields, you have decided that they are out of order. To change the order, all you have to do is click on the arrows. So if we want the date and time to be right underneath the user's name, we click the up arrow. And if you decided that you do not want a field there, all you have to do is click the trash can and then hit OK. Once you are done with the form, click Done. You'll now be taken back to the main form management page. And as you can see, here's our page right here. Now, as you'll notice, it still says InDesign. To open it for submissions, click on Edit, and then Open for Submissions, followed by Save, verify the form has been successfully saved, and then Exit. This form will now be pushed out to all the individuals who are on that distribution list. Now, if you come to a time where you need to pull all the information from a specific form, what you can do is you can export it to an Excel spreadsheet. To do that, click on the Excel button. You will notice that every single subject in the form is in a column, and every answer or submission is in a row. This will help you determine the information that you're looking for. If you decide that you need to change the status of any of your forms, or you need to do any editing of the form, all you have to do is click on the pencil. And you have full access to your form once again. You have now learned how to create and maintain forms on your community website.